I've been receiving a lot of requests about digital transformation because you know me, that's all I'm talking about, how to make business transformation, digital transformation a success, how to optimize your technology architecture and so forth. A lot of you have reached out, and thank you, asking me, that's fine, but how do we actually do it? How do we get started? So that's what I wanted to discuss today. I wanted to introduce the concept of Digital Transformation Center of Excellence. Now, even just saying Digital Transformation Center of Excellence sounds much more complex than it needs to be. The thing is that in order to get started, to get the ball rolling, it's a good idea to put together a small team that can be dedicated to working with the concepts of digital transformation. Remember, when we are talking digital transformation, we are talking process optimization, process automation, rethinking how we are working with ourselves, with our partners, with our customers, using digital tools. So this is the first step. Putting together a team with the sole focus on optimizing how the business is working today in the whole ecosystem. Processes, automation, partners, connectivity, APIs, technology architecture. Now, this is first step. Then the second step is to look at your organization, look at your different business units, and then try to arrange or segment your business units, your teams into some kind of maturity level. And when I'm talking about maturity level, I'm talking about how can we group the various business units or teams into how ready they are or how willing they are to start a digital transformation or a business transformation process with you. Now, there are many ways of calling these different levels of maturity, but think of it as trying to understand where is this business unit right now in its process towards becoming an industry leader or a business leader. The first step or the worst step is it a survival mode? Is it a point right now where there are too many things going on, too many problems, too many challenges, that you don't even have the chance to look outside and start thinking new? You simply have too many fires to put out. That is the lowest level of maturity or readiness for transformation. Next step is the foundation layer, where you are laying the foundation, starting to create the building blocks to actually becoming a leader. When you put the building blocks down, you start looking at growth. How do we grow this? How do we work further on this? And at the last maturity stage, you are what you can call a leader. You are running your own transformation projects as a business unit or a team, so to speak. There are many, many factors, and these factors, they will vary company from company, that influences how you determine the maturity. But typically, when you're looking at a business unit's maturity or a team's maturity, you are looking into the culture, the cultural readiness. You're looking into the technologies that they're using. You're looking into the processes that they're working with. You're looking into the bureaucracy, the red tape. You're looking into the motivation for moving. Because you will find when you start transformation projects that not everyone is willing or ready to start a transformation because they are maybe worried for what's next, or they don't know what to do, so they will resist. There are a lot of different factors that influence how you put your teams or business units maturity level, and that will be individual, but the line of thinking is generic for most businesses and business teams. So why would you need to do this maturity level? Because you need something that is actionable. And as a rule of thumb, the less mature a business unit, a team, or a company is already for a business transformation, the more you have to intervene or be intrusive in the everyday operations of that business unit or that business. So if you're working with a very immature business unit, then you will have to send your team, you will have to actively be engaged with your experts, with your team, and help them work towards the next level of maturity. This is typically where you will take leadership and you will even use your own team to go and actually work with the business unit. The more mature your business unit or your business becomes, the less intrusiveness is required. And at the end of the day, when you're working with a business unit that is a leader, then maybe even only simple coaching is required for this business unit, this business to continue to thrive and work on its own digital transformation. But it's an important point to remember because it gives you a good guiding line for How do we start this? If you start with the immature business units or businesses, then you have to be much more involved, hands-on, both from your team side, but also from your leadership style. And when you're starting moving the business units up the maturity ladder, then your involvement will be less and less leadership and intrusive and more coaching and guidance. I'd also like to briefly touch upon a concept of connectivity and partnerships. Because yes, we're talking about business transformation, digital transformation, where we are automating, optimizing processes, introducing new systems, new applications to the business, to the partners, to the customers. In order to do this, you need to have a capable technology architecture. I've spoken a bit about this many times, and you can find many videos on my YouTube channel that is touching upon those subjects. However, I just would like to one more time underline the importance of having a strong technology architecture. You won't be able to grow the maturity of your business units or your businesses if you do not have a tech architecture that supports it. It is so very important that you understand you have to isolate your business core. You have to isolate your transactional core, because the transactional core is typically where you have your legacy systems of the company, which means it takes a long time to make changes here. If you isolate that core using APIs, microservices, you enable yourself and in the future the more mature business units and businesses to work with their own processes, to work with their own transformation. And this is a necessity if you want to progress the units up the maturity ladder. They need to be able to work with their own transformation themselves. That's why you create, and that's how you create the flexibility. That's how you create the growth opportunities. That's how you create the leaders in your business units, in your businesses. So please take a moment to scroll back, look at some of the videos I've had on technology architecture and how to work with this, and understand when you're creating, if you're creating a digital transformation center of excellence, you need to start working on the technology architecture as one of the first things, because this is a key enabler for you to get your center of excellence to work and for you to be successful in transforming your organization and your business units. As a closing remark, I would just like to underline again, when you're doing business transformation, it's all about these days speed, time to market, tangible results. So make sure that the projects and the processes that you're working on all can be materialized within 3 to 4 months. Break everything down into smaller chunks, so it's possible for you to celebrate a success every 3 months. This gives a lot of energy in the organization, and it proves that your center of excellence is actually working and delivering value. It is possible, trust me. It is a question of starting thinking your projects a little bit different. You don't even have to go agile or using DevOps. You just have to take your traditional waterfall models, making sure that you have a clear guiding North Star, and then break the project down into sizable chunks that all deliver value. Yes, from an outside perspective, it may seem that the total project takes a little longer, but hey, remember, the project delivers value every 3 months, which means at the end of the day, the value will be starting to come back from the project much faster, which easily can justify a longer overall project. Good luck with your center of excellence. I wish you all the best. Thanks for listening. Bye.